everybody, happy Wednesday. Today's transformation session is going to be completely different from anything we've ever done. As you can see, we've got a couple of guests. And the reason why we've got these guests is because, well, quite frankly, it's summer. And so we're videotaping outside, and we're going to talk about summer foods and indulgences and things that tend to throw us off track, right? I mean, when else do you eat things that you're not supposed to more than ever? I mean, you're outside, you're drinking beer, you got the barbecue fired up, or you're camping, or whatever it is. It always turns into an indulgence. So how do we manage that? So I thought I would take a real life approach to it and ask a couple of kids and see what they've got to say. One of these kids is my daughter, the other one is my daughter's friend. And we're gonna be honest, because they've both eaten my food, and I kind of have, well, maybe not answers, but with solutions for some of the fun stuff. So hopefully we can go through some of those today, and maybe it could be a little helpful for you during your summer, starting now. So first of all, I'd like to introduce you to
Liel
and
Elizabeth.
Liel and Elizabeth, and they're here to join us and answer some questions. Are you guys looking forward to it?
Yeah.
You're not gonna be shy, are you?
No.
Because these girls normally don't stop talking, so I thought they'd be perfect for the job. Okay, so I'm gonna start off by asking one real simple question. If you had one food to take with you on a desert island, which means there's nobody else there, and it's hot, it's summertime.
Food?
Yeah, you don't have to think about refrigerators, you don't have to think about anything, fridges,
What about
nothing.
water?
Water you don't have to think about. I'm talking your favorite food that you could eat day after day. What would it be? Leo?
Mine would be ice cream because it's hot.
Ice cream? And you?
Mine would be cherries or strawberries because it's refreshing.
Cherries or strawberries because it's refreshing, and ice cream for the same reason. Interestingly enough, it was my daughter who wanted the ice cream. So this is one of the trickier ones, actually, right? Because you don't want ice cream, you want ice cream. And we're going to talk about the ice cream first, because quite frankly, cherries and strawberries, it's a pretty good choice. And we eat a lot of strawberries and cherries, especially this last week because they're fresh and they're in season. So I'm gonna throw something out there. I have a good idea.
Okay.
Have you ever considered, and I've made it for you, but never for you, Elizabeth, strawberry or cherry ice cream?
Oh, that's delicious.
It is delicious. And all you really need is the fresh fruit. You need a blender, some ice. Depending on your journey and what you're looking to do, you can even put cream in the blender.
Yeah.
Although I prefer to do something like an almond milk or regular milk.
I like milk.
She does like milk. And do you like strawberry milkshakes?
Yes.
So this is basically a strawberry milkshake stepped up, because what you can do to really make this fantastic and delicious. So let's do strawberries, because that's everybody's favorite, right? You take a handful of strawberries, you cover it in ice, put a little bit of your milk or milk alternative in there, and if you really want to sweeten it up and step it up nutritionally, you can put a tiny bit of maple syrup or unpasteurized honey in there. And if it's strawberry time, but they're not as sweet as you remember them, you don't want to start covering them in sugar like we did when we were kids. Did you know that when we were kids and we had strawberries, my parents used to put a bowl of white sugar and we used to dip them in sugar, and that's how we ate strawberries?
My mom does that for me.
Your mom does that for you still? Oh my God, it's pretty good, huh?
Sometimes when I'm at her house, we eat strawberries and Nutella.
Strawberries and Nutella. Well, we don't have that in our house, but I've made our own homemade Nutella. It's not really a hit.
It's not disgusting. It's good, but not amazing.
Good but not amazing. So for a kid to say it's good is not amazing, I mean, that says a lot, because if it's good for a kid, then it's got to be closer to amazing for an adult. Anyways, you take the whole thing, you throw it in the blender, you make it up nice and creamy. If you want to keep the calories down, make sure you use a milk alternative. You want to sweeten it, use a nice natural sweetener. I also like to add, when nobody's looking, but of course my secret's coming out right now, I also like to crack open a couple of probiotic tablets or a little kefir. See, by using kefir, you're getting the probiotic from it, you're getting the dairy, you're getting the sweetness if you're using that type, and it turns into a beautiful milkshake / ice cream. If you want to step it up to the next level, take that mix, put it into a baggie. Take that baggie, put it into a big baggie filled with ice cubes, and just start shaking up that big bag. That big, huge bag with the little bag of the strawberry ice cream stuff inside is going to come out the same texture as ice cream. In fact, my daughter makes it all the time. She's sitting over there watching the camera, and she, well, pretty much daily says, "Dad, can you go and buy some heavy cream?" Now, of course, we're not suggesting use heavy cream, but the same thing will happen with this. In fact, you don't even have to add ice cubes to it. Just mix it up into a juice. throw a little bit of the kefir in there, put it into the bag, start mixing it up with the outer bag of ice, and you've got homemade ice cream. You've had it. You've had it too. What do you think of our homemade ice cream, for real?
Really good.
It's really good. Have you not had it, Elizabeth?
Really?
Okay, she's gonna have to have it this summer. It's awesome. Okay, let's move on from desserts. What else do you guys like?
I like pizza and hot dogs and like a dinner.
Pizza and hot dogs? Typical?
I like grilled chicken and watermelon.
Grilled chicken and watermelon. I think someone's trying to be nice for the camera. What's your favorite summer food? If you had to like just indulge in something. Grilled chicken? Seriously? That's awesome.
I'm not the healthy one.
Well, you are the healthy one, but you love pizza and you like hot dogs. So, you've had my pizza before, many times. So, what I do for pizza night is I will make my own dough. So, basically, what it is very simple, quite frankly. It is spelt flour, a little bit of olive oil, some water, and a little bit of salt. That's how you make pizza dough. You literally mix it all up until it's got this nice texture and it's a little bit sticky. You leave it out for about 10-15 minutes till it doubles in size, and you've got freshly made pizza dough. The pizza sauce is even easier. Diced tomatoes, can of diced tomatoes, a little bit fresh garlic and oregano, mix it up, heat it up. That's all you need. It's so fresh, it's so delicious. Grate some cheese on there, slice up some vegetables, and you've got the most outstanding homemade pizza. You get to indulge in something fun while still kind of taking your health into consideration, right? Like, what?
And her mom, she just told me that she grows tomatoes. Is that what you told me? No, she makes homemade tomatoes.
Your mom makes tomato sauce? I might have to get my hands on some of that. I will happily trade your mom some tomato sauce for some pizza dough. And so that's what we do for pizza. We try not to do too often because it's still pizza. But if you're going to indulge, and if it's going to take anyways 30-40 minutes to order the thing, go out and pick it up, why not take that 30-40 minutes and make it yourself? It's a quarter of the price, 10 times more nutritional and nutritious rather, and it's really, really good. That recipe I just gave you, and if you really want it, just send me a message. It's like a gooey New York style pizza. It's outstanding. And that's what I suggest for pizza night. What was the other thing? I don't remember what you said. Hot dogs.
Yeah.
So, you don't like hot dogs? Even on the fire with a stick?
I only eat chicken.
You only eat chicken dogs? Okay, well the same thing goes because, hot dogs are really bad for you, right? Do your parents, well, we eat special kind of hot dogs. We're going to talk about that. So, do you know why hot dogs are good for us or bad for us? Why do you think they'd be bad for us?
I think they're good. I think
got
it's
fat?
good for us because it's protein.
It's good for us because it's got protein. It's bad for us because it's got fat. The truth is, protein and fat, these are things you're going to get in foods that are both good and bad for us at different times. But the reason hot dogs are bad for us is because they're overly processed. And they use a lot of chemicals in there. And those chemicals actually can cause some really bad diseases in us and give us tummy aches. Have you ever eaten a lot of hot dogs and farted a lot? Yeah, you have. No, never, because you don't eat a lot.
I ate 2 hot dogs and I had to go to the washroom.
That has happened before. Not from our hot dogs, though. Because there are a couple companies out there who, they take a healthier twist on a comfort food. So I love hot dogs. I try not to eat them very often, but we do have them occasionally. I've got a whack of kids, and we like to go on canoe trips and camping and stuff, and what's better than a hot dog on an open fire? So there's a couple brands out there. Lifestyle Choices is one of them. Beretta is another brand. VG Meats from Longo's, they make a pretty clean brand as well. And these hot dogs, while are still using cultured celery juice as the nitrate, it's the nitrate that makes it taste so good. It's a naturally occurring nitrate, so it's not quite as bad for you. But more importantly, the cuts of meats you're getting. Did you know that for Beretta and Lifestyle Choices, they're taking like steak and cutting it up in prime cuts of beef or chicken, breasts, thighs, and they're not just using the lips and the tails and the bums. They're actually using real parts. Did you know what's in real hot dogs? What parts they use? Parts that you didn't even know were supposed to eat. Pigs. Well, from whatever animal. Ears, noses, lips, tails, cartilage. You know that sometimes when you're eating a piece of meat and there's that chewy piece? That goes in the hot dogs.
Hot dogs are from cows. You know what?
Beef hot dogs are from cows. But there's chicken dogs, turkey dogs, beef dogs, veal dogs, veggie dogs, which we indulge in a lot in our house.
Turkey dogs?
There are turkey dogs, absolutely. I've tried the healthy turkey dogs with my family. Not a hit. the beef dogs are. We like Lifestyle Choices as our preferred brand. Beretta's our second go-to. And the truth is, real cuts of meat, not quite as much salt, real spices, nothing you can't pronounce or spell. And to me, that's good enough, because if you're only doing it occasionally and you're going to indulge in it once in a while, indulge in something of a higher quality, because just because you indulge in something doesn't mean you have to jump off the wagon. You know, have a hot dog. Don't eat the package. Make that effort to go and spend the extra $2-3 and get something made with real ingredients, something a little healthier, that's not going to have a long-term effect on your overall well-being. That won't lead to having an inordinate too many carcinogens in your body, because it's cumulative. And while we can't avoid toxins, we can't avoid poison, we can't avoid chemicals and preservatives entirely, what we can do is take control over them and limit them. Because by limiting that, it puts less stress on our bodies. Then our bodies are healthier, they process foods better. So rather than buying the food pre-processed, we're eating the food and processing it. And then everything works as it's supposed to. Is she making funny faces at you guys? Am I losing your attention a little bit? Do you want to talk about one more thing, or are we done? I want to know the truth.
Sure. One more thing.
One more thing?
Yeah.
Do you have any questions? Any questions that some of the parents or kids out there listening or watching might want to know about? Anything. You name it.
Do you know how to make homemade hot dogs?
Can you make that a little louder, kiddo?
Do you know how to make homemade hot dogs?
I do not. Well, I know theoretically how to make homemade hot dogs, but I'm not doing it. It seems like a big job. You need all the tubes and hang them everywhere. And it seems like a scary commercial. That's too much meat for me to be handling. We'll just buy a package once in a while and enjoy them. How about you? Any questions? I know you like watermelon. You know that watermelon is filled with vitamins and minerals, and eating watermelon and other melons in the summer, including berries, by the way, but especially melons, they have so much water in them. Watermelon. And because there's so much water, see, she's drinking a glass of water, and I always encourage drinking a lot of water and staying hydrated and overhydrated to a degree. Watermelon and different types of fruits and vegetables contain between 70 and 98% water. So if you're not drinking enough water, make sure you're eating things like watermelon or honeydew or cantaloupe. Do you like other melons?
I like cantaloupe.
You do like cantaloupe and honeydew, the green one.
Is water bad for you?
Is water bad for you? No, water's really good for you. We're made up mostly of water.
Orange juice has really good for you, and carrots.
Actually, orange juice is not that good for you. It's generally got too much sugar in it, and the sugar is not healthy for us. We do drink it occasionally,
Carrots are good for
carrots
you.
are extremely good for you, filled with beta carotene. Good for your eyes. That's right. That's the beta carotene.
Is there any vegetables or fruits that are good for your ear to mouth?
Are there any good vegetables for your ears and mouth? So that's actually a pretty good question.
Because carrots are good for your eyes.
Right, so that talks about what you can see better with. As far as good for your ears and your mouth, well, your mouth has to do with taste.
Yeah.
For your ears, if you're getting ear infections, I would consider more garlic. And
I love garlic.
you do love garlic? Me too.
Not me.
Yeah, you don't love it, but you have it in the food. And probiotics. And probiotics you're going to find in things like yogurt and kefir and raw sauerkraut and kombucha and things like that. And my daughter loves probiotics. She takes a capsule every morning, cleared up her acne. She's not on camera. She didn't want to be today, but she's just starting to head into puberty right now, and she's dealing with acne stuff like we all did. And after trying all the face creams and everything, I finally convinced her to try some probiotics, and 2 weeks into it, it's a clear and significant difference. Am I wrong? Say something.
You're not wrong.
I don't get that very often, so I got to squeeze them out of it. Anyways, I hope today was interesting and educational and a little entertaining. And I know it was a little bit different than what we usually do, but I thought, why not? It gets boring and life gets boring. And why not think outside the box, act outside the box? Let's gain some wisdom from the people who don't second guess everything, who don't question everything they do, who don't overjudge themselves and beat themselves up for falling off the wagon. They like pizza, they're going to eat pizza. If we like pizza, we can do it too. Just let's make a conscious effort to make it a better pizza using better ingredients, thinner crust, less cheese, maybe more vegetables. Anyways, listen, we all know, I've said it before, if you're going to be well, you've got to eat well. And if you're going to eat well, well, then you're going to live well, you're going to live longer, you're going to feel good, and you will be optimized. And that's my ultimate goal. I want to optimize your lives. So I hope to see you again next week. If you have any questions, you know where to find me. I'm always around. Have a great day, everybody. Enjoy your summer.